Hello, everyone, and welcome to this bonus NASS episode. I am your host for this episode, Jose Ramos.
I am your other guy. I'm not going to add a ho to my name. I am just George.
No, you are Jingle George, and I am Mary
Oh,
Marie. There you go.
Oh,
oh, coming in with the
there we
save.
go. Marie bringing it today with the names. All right.
Christmas time is
And if you haven't
here. Yeah.
guessed it, today we have a special edition bonus episode for Easter where we're going to be covering
I was like, wait, Easter? What? What?
Now we're getting into Christmas
Uh,
time. We've been doing episodes for Halloween, extended that a little bit. We did show a little disrespect to Thanksgiving since we didn't do anything for it, but everyone else does it, so might as well. We're
we
going
all ate
straight.
turkey. I think we're okay.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
good.
We're going straight into Christmas, and we decided. I know last year we did some of our favorite Christmas movies. We've done debates on what is a Christmas movie and what isn't a Christmas movie. We decided to do a little bit different this year. We're going to do a Christmas potluck today. And basically, what it was is we each got to select an amazing Christmas rom-com of our choosing. And I believe I know on my end, I hadn't seen the movie I picked beforehand. I went just straight off of the name and the concept. Did you guys see your movies beforehand?
Not at all. No.
No.
Yeah, I
Never
saw I
heard of them. Come
saw
on now.
like 5 seconds of a scene, and I saw one actor. I was like, that's my boy right there. We're going with it.
That's the one.
Yeah. So we all went in blind here into this potluck. We just took our movies, each selected one, threw it in the potluck, and we all had to watch the movie. And we haven't had discussions about the movies that we picked yet. So this is going to be our first discussions on just the gold that we gave each other as a gift in time for Christmas. So thank you for joining us. And who knows, maybe we might have a movie here for you to watch out of these. I doubt it, but we'll see. With that being said, with no further
Uh,
ado, I say let's get into it. Let's get into
yes.
these three amazing, world-turning, Oscar-winning movies. I should start it off here. Movie that I selected to throw into this potluck just to, give a little spice, make sure there's some flavor inside of the potluck is a movie called My Secret Santa, which could be found on Netflix. I believe it is a 2025 movie. It's one out of the 47 movies that Netflix adds for Christmas movies every December. So it starts off, we have this character named Taylor. She works at a cookie making looks a store company and all that. And we start off where she gets fired, getting close to Christmas, and she gets fired. The odd thing about it is she gets fired in front of everyone, which I found weird. She's like, hey, he's like, hey, let me talk to you. I think he's going to pull her into the office. He literally just walks 3 feet away from everyone else. They're staring at them. He's like, yeah, I'm going to have to let you go. We're going to fire you here. So I felt that was a little weird. So that was the first moment where I was like, okay, this is what we have. But just as she gets fired, she goes home and surprise, surprise,
Surprise, surprise.
her daughter has gotten into a very expensive snowboarding school at a resort. The timing is impeccable. And of course, she can't afford it because she just lost her job and probably couldn't afford it beforehand, making her cookies. So now she's worried about what is she gonna do. She goes to her brother and his partner, and they're like, "We'll loan you the money." And then they see the money, the amount that it's gonna be, and they're like, "No, sorry, we can't loan you that money. That's a little bit too much." So she's getting desperate. Now she ends up going to a record store, and there she runs into this guy, and they share a little, a little something there. He, of course, he comes to talk to her. He just happens to be a lifetime fan of a band that had one album that she happens to be the lead singer for. And it takes him halfway through the conversation before he realizes it was her. But I mean, just the coincidences of Christmas time where these people, she just happens to run into a super fan, and of course, he asks her for on a date for to go get a little chocolate milk, and she turns him down.
It changes everything when you say chocolate milk as opposed to hot cocoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's chocolate milk.
Let's go. Let's go. It's just hot chocolate milk.
Uh,
That's his first thing.
Straight out of the
Yeah.
carton. Uh, and she turns him down because she's been hurt before, of course, so she's not ready to get to that step yet. So she turns him down. He leaves. She sends him to go get chocolate milk by himself, and she makes a decision that screw financial responsibility. Her daughter is still going to go to this school somehow.
yeah.
Don't know how, but still gonna go to it.
She's
And
also
just
late for rent, if I remember correctly, right?
Oh
Yes,
yes,
Yeah,
always.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
she's late for rent.
For like
Hmm.
the fourth month in a row.
Yeah,
She's late for rent. And they're very lenient landlady here. Very lenient
yeah,
landlady. And I remember once I was like 2 days late when I lived in Hollywood. They're ready to put my stuff out on the street.
right?
So very lenient. So she's late on this rent, but forget rent, forget that responsibility because daughter has to go to snowboarding school, not college, not a big education. No, snowboarding school.
Yeah.
Because
Is that a thing?
we
Like, is that a
yeah,
real thing?
there's a school for
I mean,
everything.
Yeah,
there's lessons, but a whole school that seems to be like 20 grand or something. Is
They
that
got
that
a
you
magician
apply for,
school.
and it's hard
I'm
to get
sure they
into.
have like snowboarding school.
Yeah,
So she's gotta go to that school. So she goes to her brothers. Her brothers happen to find online that, hey, wait a second, if you are employed at this resort, you can get 50% off of tuition, which is very, very generous of incentive to work there.
Yeah.
So she goes trying to find a job over there. She offers to do everything, shine shoes, clean bathrooms, toilets, whatever it is in there, but there's no jobs available. But she happens to overhears that person happens to be walking by before she leaves that the Santa that has been the Santa for more than a decade. I think it was like 13, 14 years or
yeah.
something, just happened to quit recently and they're desperate for another Santa. She hears that, doesn't think too much of it, but then she gets the idea when she gets to her brother's house. It's like, wait a second, I can be that male old man Santa. Coincidentally, her brother and fiance, they're like professional special effects and makeup artists. Works out perfectly. They're able to do this high-tech face scanning. They're able to reference old like Christmas movies and to get the ideal, perfect Coca-Cola happy, jolly, like Santa look.
In this moment, did it not feel like all of a sudden you started watching Mission Impossible?
Yes.
Like Cross, like Mrs.
Oh,
Doubtfire.
Miss
It's like
Doubtfire.
what is
Yeah.
happening? It's like the gay guys from Mrs. Doubtfire had the tech from Mission Impossible.
Yeah. But they have all this tech, this like really expensive tech, and they can't just be like, "Yeah, I got a couple grand I can loan you. I got a couple grand." I mean, how much was that facial scanner? Like they look like they maybe bring in a good amount of money. I don't know.
Right?
But this is more fun, and this is more inspired by Mrs. Doubtfire. I love how it's just like wish. So many of these movies have like wish Mrs. Doubtfire moments. We'll get into that.
And you're right, Marie. That made me think, like, obviously they're good at their job, but we saw the end
Yeah,
result. And especially if they're working in movie and show,
yeah,
they probably get a good effect. How much is this snowboarding school? Like, how much
Right?
is it? Like that.
well,
They,
I think it's a lot because they need to take in a lot of money from the tuition for snowboarding school to pay what they pay for a Santa per week, which also,
Yeah, because the Santa check pays for the schooling and her rent and probably whatever other bills she has. Santa's getting
yeah,
paid.
no, Santa's getting paid a ridiculous amount. Well, sorry, go that you go.
you know what? I kind of believe it. Being in Georgia, you can attest to this. Living in New England, we're not too far from like the White Mountains. over there. So a lot of people they go into New Hampshire, they go into Vermont, they go for skiing. So skiing is big in New Hampshire, and it is expensive
Yeah.
just to go for like a weekend of skiing. You between equipment, between the whatever you have to rent, all that stuff, it is very expensive. So it kind of makes believable the tuition is going to be very costly in there. So, but anyway, we're getting hung up on the finances here. 'Cause
Stupid
we're
details.
here like
I know.
calculating like
Too
how much does
realistic.
that carry the two? So they built her this like high end. She ends up coming out looking really good. She's literally looking like
Yeah.
one of those commercial Santas, with the rosy cheeks and everything, the tiny bulb nose, like all of that. So they do a really good job, mask and everything. Fortunately, all the other Santas look like they're getting drunk on the side and just came out of a bar. So she like easily just slips right in, and they, kind of hire her on the spot. Unfortunately, she's kind of a bad Santa, but we'll get to that. When
But not a Billy Bob bad.
no,
But
no,
not
no, she just doesn't get the concept of what she should be doing
yeah.
as Santa. But when she gets to that hotel, come to find out that the guy who was hitting on her in the record store, that's a super fan of her band, also happens to be the son of the owner of that resort that she needs to work in to get her daughter into snowboarding school. And he also happens to, he's lived a wild lifestyle, getting himself in trouble. And this happens to be the year that it was the last straw for dad. And dad's like, no, 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 no. I will punish you by making you GM of my resorts that brings in a lot of money. You will be the general manager and you will run this. Take that. Hope that teaches you a lesson. So this guy, random fan, met at a record store, is now technically her boss, and he still has a thing for her. So the rest of the movie, living that double life, Santa on one end, flirting on the other end as Taylor. So getting back to it, she's a bad Santa. She's treating Santa like a parent. Like the kid will ask for a toy, and she's telling him everything that can go wrong with whatever that toy is, or how that can be expensive and for someone who's so financially responsible, she's giving financial advice to the kids and the toys they should be asking for. But somehow she still keeps her job until she is able to turn it around, and she becomes a really good Santa by making the kids talk about their emotions. And all of a sudden, everyone starts confiding in this Santa, her boss, her child's bully, her own child. Everyone starts confiding in this Santa and is like the head of the town. And Santa even goes viral to the point that like more people that have come before are coming now to see this Santa who just, talked to a kid about emotions and all of a sudden was like a big hit. Anyway, the second in command to the general manager does not like him because she's ambitious and she feels she should get the job, and she probably should have gotten the job. Uh,
Yes. A
yeah,
thousand times yes. It was her
yeah,
job. It was
she should have gotten the job, but can't get in the way of a punishment of a child. She's doing whatever she can to sabotage them. She's giving them bad time frames to show up. She's happy when the Santa's doing bad because she wants him to look bad. So then when she does some detective work, she figures out that Taylor, the woman, and Santa, well, actually, she doesn't figure it out. She thinks they're two different people
yeah,
running a
yeah.
That was so
scam together, doesn't figure out they're the same person.
that was like a twist in of itself. I'm like, oh, she figured it out. And then when she comes out after, she's like, I think that they're in cahoots. I'm like, wait a minute, wait, no, no, no. You think that they're two separate people? Hey, can I just say one thing about this girl, about Taylor's freaking application form, please, just for a
Yeah.
second?
Yes, because I'm pretty
Just
sure it's
because
the same concern I have.
Taylor is applying to play Santa, and her fake name she's using is Hugh Man. Okay. But on her, so you're not Santa, you're human applying
Yeah.
to be Santa. But on her application form, she puts her emergency contact as Mrs. Claus. Why the fuck would your human's wife be
Uh,
called May Mrs. Claus in real life? And like she has her like driver's license on there and her social insurance or social security, what we call it in America, social insurance number on there. It's like, you think no one's gonna put two and two together? Sister doesn't put two and two together. She she thinks they're two separate. When I was watching this, I'm like, I have all in capitals, all this stuff. I'm like, ow. Is this how the writers went with the story? How they know each other and are in cahoots instead of it being the same person in makeup. Oh god, like the voice didn't give it away.
You know,
Mrs.
Tamara
Claus
would
is
have
my
figured it
wife.
out.
Yeah.
Tamara would
See,
have
and
figured
this
it
is
out.
why she didn't get promoted to that GM position, is because she doesn't catch on to the little things.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will say
Okay,
my
sorry,
biggest thing
sorry.
is the if you work there, right, as an employee, you get 50% off of the snowboarding tuition.
Mm-hmm.
How did she work that out? Because Taylor doesn't work there, but Taylor's the one who signs up her daughter for the snowboarding thing. So how is she getting the 50% off when it goes to apparently human? Like there's so much going on here that just they're hoping we don't pay attention to. It's just like just watch the love bits, watch the love bits. That's all.
Paperwork
It
was
wasn't a
not a
lot.
real thing here. No
No.
background checks.
No,
No,
no
no, no.
background checks
Yeah.
for
No
Santa.
checking
People
everything.
bringing their children.
Yeah.
People are bringing their children to you, and then when she realizes that Hugh Man isn't even the real, or I never mind, never mind. That's fine because I forgot they're in cahoots, right? But they're still letting kids go to this person who's maybe like some sort of. It's just so okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go on. There's so
No,
much I
so
want to say, but I'm waiting.
Uh,
yeah, if you guys haven't guessed it, it seems she just filled out the paperwork and they were like, "Yeah, just file it. Don't need to look at anything at all. They're only working with kids. That's it." So
Yeah.
anyway, she finally publicly exposes Taylor being in cahoots with Human, the Santa. But just at that moment, Taylor's daughter gets hurt on the ski slopes, which causes her to switch back to her regular Taylor female voice and run off after her daughter. And only after she gets to her daughter and everything do they start to figure out, oh, wait a second, it isn't two different people. It's the same person. And she removes her mask and big reveal to everyone. This puts her job at risk. Uh, the, the whole thing was happening. So she goes home. The daughter's okay and everything. They're disappointed with the son and the other one that they were allowing someone to work with. The father was the only one that was the logical one. He was just like, wait, you didn't do any background checks
yeah.
or anything? Like at all? He was the only one that looked into it. The son took the blame. This is his way of showing that he's grown as a man. He took the blame when the father tried to put it on this second in command that blew the lid on everything. But then the second in command has a change of heart because she finds out that this fake Santa had a heart to heart with her daughter, who was the bully out at the station and caused her to have a conversation with her daughter, a true conversation for the first time in years. But anyway, to wrap it up, Taylor decides that she's going to go back for the event and they just let her walk on stage. And then her and the GM,
Who was
what was his
fired?
name? Huh?
He was no longer the GM. He got
Yeah,
fired. So
yeah.
he's brought back on stage, no one stops him. She comes on stage, no one stops her.
And then
No
they
one cares that
proceed,
any of this happened. No
Yeah.
yeah.
one cares.
And
Then they proceed
Matthew's
to
his
have
name.
an extended conversation together, private conversation on stage while everyone just silently watches the entire time. Not for 3 minutes, for like 10 minutes. Everyone's just
Yeah.
silently watching until they get their cue that they're supposed to cheer and they reconcile on there and they proceed to then get her to go back to her old roots and they perform a concert together and they sing a Christmas song and everyone's happy. And the dad, whose business was put at risk and all this is public, is happy, screaming, "That's my son!" Who's up there. And we get to the epilogue, and her punishment for fraud is she gets an executive position at the place. So she's now an
Yeah.
executive. And that's kind of the ending that we get on there. So that was the my secret Santa, completely
Yeah.
plausible, checks all the boxes in there, and yeah, it was something.
It's I gotta say that the happy ending train on this is so spread out because you mentioned she gets that job. The son becomes a GM again. The Tia Mowry, who should have gone to a different situation, she's now the GM of some other hotel in like England, so she could be close to her husband and have her family together. Like everyone is good. Even the landlady gets hooked up with this guy's
So
dad
rich.
at the end.
Yeah, she got a sugar daddy now.
Yeah, because and she's got her own issues. Like she was hitting on Taylor when she was Santa. Like and
Yeah,
she was willing to forego all rent if she could hook up with this girl's dad. I don't know
Quite
what's going.
aggressively.
as Santa.
Yeah. It's like there's a lot going on with her that needs to be addressed. But I always thought Matthew was just this funny character through the whole movie because there's moments of every time he's with her, I felt you could have had a drinking game. Every time they're talking, he's always laughing. Like she's telling him about some like sad shit of how like, oh, I stopped doing music because I got pregnant and my boyfriend or husband, whatever at the time, left me so he could pursue music. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, why are you laughing at this? This isn't funny. This isn't like every other time there's like a chuckle or something from him. Like he just can't help but just be happy about the situation. It's like, okay, you're weird. And every time he's looking at her, whether she's Santa or Taylor, it's just a deep loving eyes. Like even at the end, when he finds the truth and she's with her daughter at the ambulance, he's just like, he's
Just
never
go.
mad. He's never
Just go.
upset. He's never upset with the situation, which is the total opposite if you flip it, and if it was a guy and a girl, the girl would just be like, oh, you lied to me. She wouldn't want to talk to her, but he's just like, no, I get it. Go. I believe you. It's
There was
just so
no
weird.
yeah, he didn't care. Well, I mean, he wanted her when she was Santa also.
Yeah.
So he that whole thing with him, first of all, he meets Santa, human, and immediately feels comfortable, like he's a father figure to him. I feel so comfortable with you. Like, dude, if I was a chick dressed as Santa and had a guy coming on to me as I was Santa, like, you want to call me daddy? You want to sit on my knee? Like, what is going on here? And like, he's like, there was times between him and Santa that were like romantic, and he was like kind of like, I mean, that'd be enough. I'd be like, I am done. I am out. And then he sees Santa what he thinks is getting railed in the bathroom. And then he's like, oh, that's weird. And then they just let him go with the kids. Santa? Like this Santa is a sexual deviant in the bathroom, having it look, they make it look like it's this like lusty, they're doing it in the bathroom stall. And then the Santa comes out of the bathroom stall after just having like public sex with the man, and they're like, yeah, let the kids go to him.
This in between, yeah, after they had just seen them too.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, maybe I was giving too much credit to the movie be, because because I part of me was like, oh, he figured it out. He knows it's her. He's toying her because of those longing looks and the flirtation
Yeah.
with Santa. So I was like, okay, maybe with the lip glob, like lip balm, he figured it out and he's just kind of playing with her. Then when you find out at the end that he did not have a clue, I was like, whoa, wait a second. So were you just like wanting to get with Santa too? Like during it, I wasn't thinking much of it because I really thought he knew it. I gave too
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
credit to the writing.
I started
He tells
wondering, it's
her
like,
at the
what happened to you
end.
in Italy, man? Like in Italy,
Yeah.
you did some funky shit, didn't you? This is why you got into so much trouble.
Well, that's another thing in the beginning when like the dad's talking to him and like all this stuff that you did in Italy and all this money that you owe. My, so I take like really jot notes of when I go through things, and my note was, so this love interest is like a 40-year-old piece of shit. Like he's just like this piece of shit guy. Like this is who we have to be rooting for as a love interest. And then he's just like, I'm a free spirit. I'm like, okay. If a guy was like, I'm a free spirit, I'd be like, hey, go find
While
a
pushing
Santa to bed
50.
with.
Yeah.
Like,
He's a free
exactly.
Christmas spirit, all right? That makes a
Yeah, like what?
difference.
Oh God. But like you're saying, Jose, like even you're giving him benefit of the doubt. At the end, he tells her that he felt this like longing and trust for Santa,
Yeah.
and then he felt this way with Santa. And she's like, oh yeah, like she doesn't care. I'd be like, that's weird, dude. Like, maybe you have some issues there. You and the landlord lady can live out your sexual fantasies of Santa, please.
Yeah, he was definitely ready to take Santa into a stall.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
You know, I gotta give them we credit where it's due. I honestly thought what was gonna happen is he was gonna catch her in the bathroom stall with her brother and think that they were doing something because he's had to take off her dress. That's what I thought what would have happened because that would have been logical. You've seen it in many other movies where things like that happen, but they twisted it on us and they made us think that he thought that they were gay. It's like, okay, and he accepted it. He had no questions. He's like, hey, Santa's gay. All right, cool, because part of him was a little gay too for
Yeah,
Santa.
definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely
yeah.
was.
Now that you finished some raw action in the bathroom, go talk to some kids.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's how I felt. I was like, okay, this guy is not it.
there's a
Oh my
time and
God.
a place. That probably wasn't the time and the place, but
Yeah, no, 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 not at all. Oh yeah, he said this is I have my note. He said, I miss his scent. Matthew says this to Taylor about Santa. I miss his scent. I'm like, fuck, okay.
she reminds me of
Yeah.
Anchorman. I miss your musk.
Yeah, that's what it was. But
That
like, no, she,
muskberry, right?
oh, but she was getting paid 2 grand a week to be Santa. That's how much they pay their Santas. $2,000 a week.
Yeah,
I don't
she's
know. I don't know. Is that normal? Is that normal in
No, that
America?
sounds like a
Two
lot.
grand a week?
well,
That sounds like an
she's basically making what 112K a year. That's an executive job.
yeah. So I have that in all capitals too. And just like can I say one thing about the end quickly?
I don't know
About the singing and about how
how disturbed you are by
when
it.
well, because they're doing Run Run Rudolph, right?
Yeah.
And she's not lip syncing the right lyrics at one point. And I rewound it like 3 times. And I was like, you're not saying electric guitar. That's not what you're saying when she's mouthing it. Oh, I don't know what she said, something with an F. But I was like, this
Oh.
is not the lyrics. And I was embarrassed. And I was already embarrassed because I said, oh my God, is she going to sing? That's what and then that was my note. And then I was like, yep, they're singing. That was like, they're
And
listening to their own
that's why
lyrics.
she only had one album.
Yeah.
Yeah, she couldn't. But I thought the makeup was actually really good and the setting was gorgeous. Those are the things about like
Yeah.
that I liked about it. Like the makeup was good, the setting was gorgeous, and I thought the twist of that bully being that girl's daughter. That I didn't see that coming. I didn't see it coming. That part that was her daughter. Did we know that at the beginning? Was I not paying attention?
No, no, that was supposed to be a
No,
surprise when you find
Okay,
out
it
when she
was
gets
to
hurt.
me.
Yeah. And I'll say if people are tired of woke films, this is not one of them.
No, definitely not.
Because I felt like I was watching a classic film where, like, the white male, he has his day. Black female, get out of here.
You're not getting promoted. You black.
Yeah, it's like, I don't care if you're great at your job. I'm giving it to my son, who's clearly not qualified.
But he's a white man. He's a real piece of shit, but he's a
Yeah.
white man.
well, that was
That's great.
my Secret Santa, my pick for the potluck. Next, let's go over to you, Marie. What was your pick? And kind of take
Okay.
us through it and we can discuss.
Okay, I didn't okay, when you said give a explanation of the movie, I don't think we had to go through the whole damn movie, but I guess I'll try my best to
I
go
mean,
through the
yeah, I
whole movie.
mean, I don't know. I got a little excited. You don't
Yeah.
have to go as in depth as I
Yeah.
did if you know why. I just got
Okay.
a little
Well,
into it.
I believe in you,
I have
Marie.
this okay, I have the synopsis here too, but I'm just like, okay, I need to remember. So I chose Christmas at the Catnip Cafe for the premise alone, and also the cover picture just looked terrible. And just the premise was like, what? Like, what is this gonna be? Like, this is gonna be so stupid. And also we have I don't know, do you guys have cat cafes where you live
Yeah.
in your city? Yeah?
Yeah. I got him
Jose, you have a
in
cat
Old City.
cafe?
Not that I know of.
Okay, we have
There's a
cat
goat
cafes
yoga
too in
place.
there.
Did you say goat
Okay, well,
yoga?
And when I
yeah.
lived in LA, there was a
Nice.
goat
Oh,
yoga
yeah.
place.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I thought you were saying where you live now.
No.
Okay, so the main character is Olivia Pierce, a very professional boss girl name. And she is very career driven. You're kind of, I guess, meant to feel in the beginning that she's just like all business and like of a colder heart. But there's a flashback right in the very beginning of her going of when she's a child going to her where you find out her aunt's house and there's a cat in a tree for some reason you don't know why. And then I guess she spends a lot of time with her aunt as her parents are like nomad people who like travel a lot. Anyway, but then flash forward, she's at this condo and she really wants this condo. This like super nice, expensive condo. It's like her dream to have this condo. I guess she wants to settle down with some roots because she didn't really have that growing up. They moved around a lot, and I guess this is so now that I'm thinking about it, it is like her financial dream, but it's also like she just wants to feel like situated and like she has a home. So this is her dream to have this condo. But then she gets notified that her aunt passed away, and her aunt left her half of the business of this cat cafe in where was she? Where was it?
Some
Different city.
small town.
Some
Yeah.
small town.
Some cute ass small town.
Yeah.
So she's thinking, "Ooh, I don't have enough for the down payment on this condo, but if I go and sell this cat cafe portion that I own, then I can afford it." But oh, twist, there's somebody else who owns the other half, and we don't know who, but it's this dude. And in your mind, you're like, "Oh, I wrote in my note, I was like, oh, I can't wait to see how this independent businesswoman is gonna give up on all of her dreams for this man she falls in love with." But then I changed my tune at the end. I was like, give up on your dream and fall in love. Your dream sucks. This is the real dream you should be following. Love always.
He's a chosen
Um,
one.
Yes. So yeah, so then she ends up going to the small town and first she sees the guy. She doesn't know. She sees the guy in a veterinarian clinic window and she's like, "Oh, who's that guy?" And then she finds out, "Oh, it's the guy." So the guy who owns the other half of the portion of the company or the cat cafe that her aunt owned who passed away, aunt, we say aunt, whatever. Um, he's also a veterinarian and owns his own practice, it looks like, with his sister. And of course, there's a butting of heads because he's like, I don't want to sell. This is my pride and joy. I love animals. I love taking care of animals. This cat cafe is like a staple in the town and everyone loves it and it brings joy to so many people. And she's like, "Well, no, I want my condo, bitch. So no matter what happens, I'm selling and you're gonna agree to it and I'm gonna get that condo because that's the most important thing in the world." And he's like, "No, okay, well, you have like however many weeks here and I guarantee that you're gonna fall in love with the town. You're gonna see how important it is." And she's like, "No, bitch. I will like help you out with all this cat stuff for Christmas." That's why I don't describe things.
No, the attitude to this
I'll help.
adds so much more layers to them now. I was
She's
bitch, get my condo.
but the
We ain't
thing
getting no
is like that's
cafe.
not no, but the thing is, it's not even her personality. Like her personality in the movie, she actually seems like deep down she a warmth and a caring personality. She's just so like, I want this, I'm gonna get it, you know. And he's like, no, you're not. You're gonna fall in love with everybody here. So what happens is there's this big like 2, 3 week, 4 week these events that happen at Christmas time at the Catnip Cafe that her aunt used to take care of, but she can't anymore. So she's like, I will do it because I'm a marketing person and I this is my business and I'm gonna make this the best and then it's gonna make a lot of money and then I'm gonna sell it. And he's like, no, you won't because you're gonna fall in love with me and everybody else in the town and all the cats. And she's like, no. But then of course they work together. She falls in love with everything that she said she wouldn't. And there's this dilemma of what do I do? Do I give up on my dream condo for a life full of love and kitties and helping people? What do I do? Do I give away? Do I spoil it? Obviously, we know what happens. It's one of those like W Network, which is also Hallmark, but in Canada it's W Network, like Hallmark type movies. And she did what I wanted her to do.
We all know how this
Yeah.
We
ends.
all
There's
know,
no
like I don't even need to
spoiling.
say. Okay, yeah. So they end up falling in love, but of course they give you that tease of how she's gonna leave, but then she comes to her senses because she sees another cat that's like the soul of her grandma, I mean her aunt or something, or her aunt's giving her a sign to like go back. So she's like, why is my aunt giving
Oh,
me this thing? I don't even know why. But then it's like because she has all these flashbacks of
Yes,
time with
yes.
her aunt. And yes, yeah, fill it in. Fill in the blanks for
yeah,
me.
but to make a point about that, I had a note on here because she would just randomly in interaction with people, like she would just freeze and like be having a flashback, and I'm just picturing the person just staring at her like, "Are you okay?"
Hello?
Because
Hello?
Because
Hello?
the flashback will come back and then she'll be like, oh, and blah, blah, blah. And then she'll say her part. I'm like, how long was she in that PTSD flashback? And then
Yeah.
she was like in there. So I found that funny.
I just thought
And
it's
then
funny
the other
that
thing I
she
want to
doesn't
point out
connect
is
the
like,
pieces sooner. Like every moment she's having those flashbacks, and it takes to the end for her to get a card of a picture of her with a cat, where she's like, "That's why she gave me half the business. Now you figured it out? It took you this long? What were those memories for? Why did we suffer through all those memories if now you remember?"
We
It was
had to
like
go on
this,
that
like you were
journey with her,
stupid.
George. We had to go on that journey with her.
why did she like block all these memories? They were like
Right?
fractured in her head. Like you would think something bad happened, that they were like fractured. And she's like slowly unlocking them with like triggers that are going through. But then after all that, what makes her come back when she's like leaving? She had the gas station that she happens to stop at has a guy who had a cat that he got
Yeah.
from the cafe, who basically one of those like I didn't save it, it saved me like situations. And that's what makes her think like, oh wait, this cat changed this guy's life. I can't sell that. And then she goes all the way back and talks to the most understanding entrepreneur, buyer that there is, who's like, all right, it's all cool. Don't worry, I'll tear this contract up that was just signed that would have given me the land I need to make money. It's okay. It's Christmas. I like this cat.
My son's been
Yeah,
wanting a
because the
cat
cat
forever.
saved him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because that's what the Catnip Cafe does. That's the magic of the Catnip Cafe. The cat saved the people. And how could you take that away from the town? And she finally
You,
realizes that at the end, you guys.
you know what was the most unbelievable part out of this entire movie? In the entire movie, not one person was scratched by a cat. Not one of
Yeah.
those cats was like, "Ah, get away from me."
Okay, this is how
Not
we know
once.
that you've never been
That's lies.
to a cat
Uh,
cafe.
no.
Hey, Rowan got scratched in a catnip cafe.
Oh,
Not a
really?
catnip cafe, but my daughter got
No, it was the
attacked.
catnip cafe, and that's why we had
We
to shut
went
it
there,
down.
and then it saved us, except for that one bastard cat that scratched my daughter. It did. It like full like attacked her. I wasn't there, but I heard the story. And then later on in life, she's gonna have these trauma flashbacks when she has to go and buy out the other half of some sort of business
That
that
you
her
left
aunt
her.
passed away and gave her. And then she's gonna be like, not the cat cafe, burn it to the ground.
She's gonna feel like a
Yeah.
warming sensation where the scratch used to be and not know why.
It's like freeze when someone's talking to her.
Ow.
Yeah, so it ends every single way that any other movie will end is this like she finds love and then she realizes that money is not the most important thing and home is where your heart is. And I love that her aunt's house was like my dream house and I'm like, dude, give up on that condo. Like this is a beautiful house. Anyway, and then she could buy that house and then in turn she also like kind of saves like the dude and the dude like ends up having this it's a wonderful life moment because he's like this selfless guy and then everyone comes to help him at the end because no one ever helps him. He's always helping somebody else. And it's kind of like a wonderful life thing they put in there. And I'm really like paraphrasing everything and going back and forth, but it's the same thing that every other movie is. But well, I guess we'll find out later at the end, like what we actually thought about these movies, right?
Which side note, he was struggling with money, which is why he couldn't buy her out. How much did his house cost? Because that's a really nice house. Like, why was the
Yeah.
cost of living in this town? Because he had a really nice house. Like, I don't know if you're really struggling like you say you're struggling.
I wasn't expecting that house either.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that house when they showed it. I was like, oh damn. But
You
yeah.
know what I was waiting for the whole movie? I was waiting to see the ghost of the aunt. I thought
Oh
for sure
wow.
like the ghost of the aunt was gonna pop like Christmas spirit style. Well, because to me, like the aunt left the cafe to both of them because she was close to
Mm,
him as a friend and she saw how lonely he was and she was close obviously to her niece and she knew what her life was like not having stability and the whole like cat thing connected both of them. So it was just like that Cupid thing where it's like I'm gonna leave this to them and they'll end up together and then that'll be
mm.
like my dying wish or like the gift to them so that they could be truly happy. You know what I mean? And that's what I was waiting for. And it never happened. I was like, all right, like that was the real reason. Like it wasn't just that you like cats. It was because
No.
she wanted you two to be happy, you know. So I was waiting for that little thing, just like I don't know, like classic Christmas stories would be like. That's me. That's my hopeless romantic side. Just wanting a little bit of a more specialness to it.
She should have came back through the cat.
That
Just
grumpy old diabetes
the
Yeah,
cat.
grumpy cat.
yeah.
Yeah.
That Yeah, you know what, George? I'm glad we didn't see a ghost in like ghost form, but you're right. If there was like some
Spirit.
sort of
Yeah.
that definitely was the message, but like, if it was more apparent, then that would have been yeah. Even like in the form of like there was a letter, right? Was there
Yes.
a letter? Was that
Yeah.
this movie with a letter?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, if it was more explained in the letter, then maybe, or like a card. There was like a card, wasn't there
It
not?
was
Or
a
is that
little
why I thinking of the wrong
card.
movie?
Yeah, no, no.
Like a
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
she
yeah.
she
picture
gave
and
her
all
because
that.
that's when she remembers. That's when she realizes like, oh, this is why she
Yes.
wanted me to have it because she sees the card and there's a photograph with
Yeah.
her and that first cat.
Yeah, if there was like a little thing in that, a little blurb in there, then maybe that would have tied it together more.
Yeah.
The ghosts of Christmas past. Yeah.
I also like how in that moment when she realized, like even with the realizing whatever bullshit, and she's like, "Well, I'm still gonna sell. Like I want to get my condo." And he's hurt because he's like, "I thought we were enough. I thought I was enough, you know." And she's just like, "I'm sorry." And he's like, "Well, fine, all right. I'll sign the papers. You don't have to come to the Christmas party. You can go on your merry way." And she's like in shock, like, "Why is he mad?" It's like, "Why is he mad, bitch? You freaking broke his heart. You freaking why
He
is
Yeah.
he
wasn't.
You
mad?"
just kissed him.
Yeah. He wasn't enough to convince her, but that gasoline worker, that did it. That did it
Right?
right
Yeah.
there.
I feel like he had the response that we should have gotten from Matthew in the other movie. Like Matthew is all accepting, and this guy's like, "Nah, fuck shit, man. I'm all by myself out here. I had to see my freaking ex-girlfriend all happy with freaking kids and shit, and now you kiss me
Yeah.
and you take it all away, and you're taking my cats, man." I would have like honestly the movies that we watched, this was the one character where I was just like, I was rooting for him. Like I found myself
Me
connecting with this
too.
guy, and I was just
Me
like,
too.
yeah, yeah, man.
I actually loved his character and I thought he was like the best actor in all the movies out of everybody. Like I thought he was like really good. I
Yeah.
actually really liked him. I was like, oh, this guy's like feels real and
Yeah, he
yeah,
was
he
too good
was
for her.
He was too good for that town.
Yeah.
too good for that
But
town. True.
well, that was Christmas at the Catnip Cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't do a good job explaining at all what happens in the end because I never know if I should say everything, but you guys did. You guys did a good job. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean that's
That
pretty much it. It's very simple.
yeah, you covered it.
Yeah.
And that leaves us with one movie, and that was George's pick. George, you want to
Yeah.
introduce your movie?
Save the best for last, man. So my movie was The Family Holiday. And holiday has a double meaning in this bad boy, as we're following the character Doc Holliday, played by Dave Coulier. And the reason why I picked this movie, I'm not a Dave Coulier fan by any means. All right. Like I saw the scene for it's one scene in this movie, and I was like, this is why he didn't have a big career. And it's like he is not a star by any means. But in any case, he leads this beautiful film as a con man who's barely getting by.
Uncle
Our,
Scumbag.
he's a scumbag. Yeah, like our
Yeah.
introduction to him is him running away from someone like a loan shark or whatever bullshit who's trying to get money back from him. And then through this little run, and I'd say like this because he's just jogging away. He's like this, he's not putting any effort, and neither is the guy going after him. But we're introduced to all our characters in this little moment. So we see him running, we see two little orphan children who have run away because they're going to get separated if they don't get adopted. And then we see a lady who's lost her job as a teacher or whatever. Everyone's losing their jobs everywhere. No one gets to have jobs during Christmas. And she's just like down on her luck, like, what am I gonna do? So he owes like I think like $6,000 to some thing, like he made bad bets or
On the
whatever.
horses, I
And the
think.
horses, yeah, and the horse tracks. That's
Bosses.
always the
Yeah.
horses. But luckily for him, an uncle dies. It's always good when an aunt or uncle dies because you come into something, right? So
Obviously, yeah.
so
Not in my experience, but in movies.
yeah, not my experience either.
Yeah.
Uh, his uncle dies, and luckily for him, because uncle apparently always took care of him, but after a certain point, he kind of just stopped. He wanted to like he was hoping he would get better and stop being a delinquent. So the lady who's running the estate, she's like, if you got your shit together, pretty much, and you have proven that you have a wife, kids, and a house that's all stable, you're gonna get a buttload of money. Like this, like we'll say like millions of dollars he's gonna inherit. And he's like, oh damn, that's really good, but I don't know how to put it. But eventually, light bulb, he's like, I can make this work. So now he starts concocting a way to get this money. He starts renting a house that, by the way, he doesn't bother to look at all. I don't know about you guys. Even if I was pretending to look at a house, I'm looking at every single room, not him. That's there's no need to do that when you're pulling off a con. Apparently, being a con man is something he just figured out like yesterday. And so he gets the house. He bumps into these kids again. He's like, "Oh shit, those are the kids I saw from the other day who helped me out from running away from that dude. You guys want to make a quick buck?" And he hires them to be his children, and they go along with it. I gotta say, for
Child
me,
labor.
yeah, right. Yeah, because he doesn't pay them until ever. Which I gotta say, like they really hop on him about like getting paid and all this shit. But it's like, yo, you guys are homeless right now. He's giving you a house to live in and he's giving you food. I think that's payment enough. Maybe that's me. Maybe I expect too much from people. But I think that's enough, right? He's giving you a family. It was for like a holiday.
And they get to
Yeah.
stay together.
Yeah. But this little boy, he wants the world, man. Little girl, dumb as fuck. But like they're twins, but she's was that too harsh? Okay, I'll roll it
No.
back a bit. I'll roll it back. The sister, that's where she's at. That's where she if I'm wrong, you guys let me know. And any okay,
No,
anyway.
no, she's
Because the brother's savvy as fuck.
she does. She's not in reality. She's not live
No.
in reality.
No, I feel like the brother's super savvy. Like he's negotiating business deals with this guy and trying to get double or nothing at times. Eventually, we get into back to that lady. The lady ends up being an English teacher, and he hires her to be an in-home nanny. Never letting her know though that she's actually playing their mom. This is a secret to her. This is just so
Mhm.
that when the lady comes to check on him, he can have what appears to be a family. I gotta say a quick note. He uses the name Doc Holliday so much. His real name's not Doc. I think it's like Doug or something. But like Doc Holliday is a character I'm pretty sure we all are aware of, right?
Mm.
Like we all know who this character is. No one questions the Doc Holliday thing. Like everyone just takes it at face value. It's like when I heard them say Hugh Man in the freaking Secret Santa. It's like no one's questioning this.
Yeah. You man.
It's because of that extra N. That extra N makes
Yeah,
it
yeah.
legit.
Yeah.
And he has a house, so maybe he is a doc. Maybe they're thinking
Yeah.
his name is Dr. Holiday.
I don't know who Doc Holliday is right now. I think I don't know who's that from what
uh,
movie and what.
well, historically, a real person, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
He is a real person from
But
like Wild Wild
what
West
is
times.
the
But like
Oh,
famously played by Val
Tombstone.
Kilmer in Tombstone. Like it's
yeah,
one
no,
of Val
well,
Kilmer's like biggest roles.
I'll be
I
your
haven't seen
Huckleberry.
Tombstone.
Yeah.
That's that's the famous line. I'll be your
Yeah.
Huckleberry.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's possibly one of the most iconic characters from like westerns and like I say, Val Kilmer. Right? Safe to say, right, Jose?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not a Western
But you
fan,
know that.
and I love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a
So,
girl.
okay. You know what? You saying that, we'll give that as her excuse. That's why this lady didn't catch on. Her being English
Yeah,
teacher was not going to be enough. She's a lady. She's not going to know what Doc Holliday is or westerns. Okay, we'll use that.
yeah, it's not.
I accept it now. So yeah, so this whole movie, like he's just trying to like he's scheming and chucking and jiving, and he even gets a fake job with at his friend's place of employment, which is like a toy making company, like
They
what's it
sell
called?
gag toys
Yeah,
like
like
rubber
rubber
chickens and
chickens
fake
Rubber
and
vomit
chicken.
whoopee
and
Yeah.
cushions,
stuff.
yeah, which is up this guy's alley, honestly, considering his way of life. And the fact that it's Dave
Hmm.
Coulier, like I think of freaking Full House, it's like, yeah, he would work there. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, he starts being good at the job. Like he starts making sales and he gets paid. And it's like all working out. Everything's just falling into place. While that's going down, random dude that works with like child services is hunting down these kids
The
and trying to
child
get them
services
back.
Terminator.
Yeah, and like he
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
as you watch the movie, he just happens to be right wherever they are. The lady, the nanny lady is taking them out to like to the zoo or like to the children's science place or whatever
Place
place.
thing,
Yeah,
a
but different
museum or whatever.
different places. And he pops up, he's there, and he's chasing them down. It's like, what kid radar do you have that you always know where the hell they are? It was so weird to me. As one of those things like we haven't talked about, but like we have to obviously accept a lot of coincidences in these movies.
Hmm.
You ignore the possibility of fakery. It's like, no, everything's the way it's supposed to be. Everything falls into place like that. But we get to a point where like, everything has to fall apart. Obviously, the kids get taken away. He catches them finally, and then the lady, she knows the truth. Actually, the part when I know I've skipped some important things here because eventually the lady does find out his whole scheme of trying to get the money from his uncle and the
Well, he
fact,
admits it to her.
yeah, and then she leaves and she's just hurt by this because after 2 days of being together, she's falling for him. They almost kiss, which is honestly bad on her as an employee. Now I know how she got fired
And as a
from her
woman,
other job.
and as a woman
Yeah.
too, you don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so but she comes back for the kids, and then eventually, like I said, everything gets found out, and or not found, but like the kids get taken away, and she's upset. It's like, how could you let them take him? It's like this is always about the money for you, wasn't it? It's like, yeah, it's always been about the money. It's like why are you surprised by this?
And what she want him to fight the cops?
Yeah, and I also was like, if he's gonna succeed and let's say truly make them into a family, he kind of needs the money. He doesn't have a job. He does, like he's pretending to have a job, but he doesn't really have one. So yeah, he needs to pull this off so that you guys can have a cushy life. Like it was just like the way she just got overly upset. That this is the polar opposite. Like we have guy who just ignores everything. Is just like, yeah, I'll fuck a Santa. And then we got the lady who over here is like, I want to fuck my employee or employer, but oh no, he's all about the money. I don't trust this guy now, even though it's gonna keep us together as a family. Like it was just so total extremes. I love how we picked these movies. We did such a good job, guys. We did it's just the parallels of each of them. But all fails, and now, but he's grown a heart. He doesn't want to be a con man anymore. He wants this family. He wants to be a dad. He's in love with this lady.
For 2 days.
After yeah, it's barely been a week, and they've made
Yeah.
this connection, and the lady comes back or whatever, and he admits everything to her. He's like, I never had a family. It was never real. It's like, but they're what I really want. I don't want the money because I think she gives him the check. She gives him the check and everything. He's like, I
Yeah,
don't deserve this. It's
he
like,
gives
I
it
want the
back.
kids. And she's like, you passed the test. And it's like, what? We come to find
Yeah,
out the whole time she was the puppeteer pulling all the strings, and everyone returns like if it was a big play. And we find out that the guy who was chasing the kids worked for her the whole time. This was like Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory. It's like, Charlie, you did it. You did.
What I didn't get is he was assigned to watch them and kind of see how everything plays off. Why was he chasing the kids then?
Well, here's the big kick. Here's the kicker, right? So we find out she's like, the plan the whole time was for that guy to pick up the kids and pretty much find a way for him to get the kids. So her plan was always to get those two kids to him, but through the magic of Christmas, they still miraculously ended up with him. So what I'm curious of, like, how was your plan to get him with those kids though? Like what was going to be the way that you put them together? That you just magically put that all around. And the lady, like, how is he going to find the wife? Was she planted? Like there was a lot that just happened to come to fruition, but she had a plan that I would have loved to have seen how it would have truly worked.
Hmm.
This was like Bear and Zemo lucking out that Captain America and Iron Man fought in Civil War. That was the amount of luck that happened here.
She would have been a good Bond villain, just playing the chess pieces in the background. I don't remember who said this because I'm looking at my notes here and I just wrote the line. I don't remember who says it, but I was just like, this is so ridiculous. And there was someone, I think it might have been the nanny, basically says that sharing gets you into heaven. And that's what he tells the kids. Like,
Yeah, I don't remember.
yeah, if you share, you go to heaven. I was like, what, who's writing this?
What religion's that?
I don't know. Nothing I learned.
Speaking of that, there was a line in this movie, though. I have to say, I have a lot of notes about this movie, but there was one line, but actually, it was like actually like that. Speaking on religion, and it was Doc Holliday saying to the kids, "I prayed for a bike and realized God doesn't work that way, so I stole a bike and prayed for forgiveness." And I was like,
Oh yeah,
damn, that was actually deep. That was actually so good. I was like, okay. And also, apparently, according to the Bible, it's kind of how it works, and just
yeah.
do bad things and forgive and repent, and then. But still, I was like, damn, that was deep. I like that line, so I like that you brought up a line because I had this line jotted down. But the whole love story. Oh God, you guys.
It was rough.
I my my note was okay, so this woman wants a family so bad that she will settle for a con man criminal who was bribing homeless children. It's like, this is your choice? And in the beginning, I was like, so this guy is just like a heartless criminal, and this is going to be the guy that we have to root for?
Yeah, because
And
she's
to
falling in
think,
love with
Movie.
lies. She's
she was a
Yes.
teacher of children.
Yeah.
This is her decision making, and she was a teacher
Yes.
of children, a guiding of young minds.
yeah.
Yes.
This is her decision making. This was, I'm gonna be, the kid was the only person that can act in the entire
The little
movie.
boy, right?
Yeah, the little
Yeah,
boy
yeah. Stand
was the
out.
only person that can act. You see that in the first few seconds with the CPS woman, and they're like fat. I was like, why are you yelling at the
Yeah.
parents? Like what?
That
I mean, at
woman
the
was so
foster
bad.
parents. Everything was bad. And like Coulier is not a good actor, and
No.
it was like they were trying to play off of his Full House character again with the job, and also he would just randomly break into his like and like make his little. It's like why are you doing that right now? So he would randomly just break into his little character like sounds in the middle of a conversation. It was so hard, George. It was so hard to get through with the acting
Uh,
in this.
I
It's a,
felt it too, man. I felt it so
oh.
hard. I was feeling bad. Like when you texted me that you were watching it at the same time I was watching it, I was like, man, I hope you can do it because I'm struggling. I'm str
It was hard. And to top it off, I don't know if you guys caught this, but maybe I was just so like down by the end of this movie. But like the cast list comes out and it says at the top in alphabetical order. It was not in alphabetical order at all.
What's it?
I didn't even look.
At all. Like what was the sequence there? I was like, okay, are they going by last names? But then it would be like A, T, B. I'm like, okay, are they going by the first name? Then no, that wasn't in alphabetical order. So I was like, did they just forget? And then they forgot to take out alphabetical order? So like
Was it
that's
by
at the point that I
character?
was to the
Was it
movie
by
that I caught that and I'm like, that's the way to end it. That's the way to end it right there.
That's the
Don't
cherry on
even put
top.
it in alphabetical order.
This whole movie's a lie.
That
See that the cast right there shows it leans into the con man aspect of this movie.
I didn't catch that. I think as soon as the credits started, I turned it off immediately. But now I
Yeah.
want to go check it out. But one of my notes was because I'm watching it, and I'm just like, yeah, just like the acting and everything. And one of my notes is, I can't believe that Alanis lost her shit over this guy. Like, I cannot believe that Alanis
Uh,
Morissette lost her shit over this guy. What? How? Dave Coulier? That's who you wrote the song about? That's who you're
uh,
scratching your nails on someone else's back and hope that you feel it? That's the one? God, it was like the Arrested Development moment where moments where he's always like her about Anne
Yeah.
to George Michael. Her? Like really? Oh, Alanis.
one of my favorite moments for him was when he attempted to act like he's trying really hard to act, and he's
Oh,
talking
when it
about his
got all
dad.
serious.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
trying to cry and everything. I was like, oh shit, like he wants this. Like he wants this so bad right
Yeah.
now.
This is my
He's giving
moment.
it his all
Yeah,
right now.
like
Yes.
that was the most trying I think I've ever seen from him for anything I've seen him in. I was like, oh shit, he's going for it. It's not a good it, but he's going for it. It's not a good.
Yeah. And like this had a wish Mrs. Doubtfire moment too, where they're interviewing the nannies.
Oh
They did
yeah,
try to do like
yeah.
the whole Mrs. Doubtfire thing too, and I was just like, oh, you guys can't do. And then there was that one lady who was getting all like weird, kind of sexual about the awakening of having kids, and I was like, damn, this is weird. This movie was weird. It was just so odd.
But those were our three gems. So
Yeah.
before we put a close to this, we're gonna rank these three beautiful films. So my number three turd, the turdiest of the turds, the like slimy, like runny turd that's gonna be very hard to clean up is going to be the Family Holiday.
Yes.
The acting in this was just horrible. This was really hard to get through in general. So that was the last one. My middle one was actually gonna be my pick. The My Secret Santa. That turn was a little bit more put together. It still took a lot of suspending of belief in this one to get through it. And you had some weird moments with like Matthew. it's kind of like, the second place one. And then I think the most put together turd out of all of them was Christmas at the Catnip Cafe, that actually gave us a little bit better acting, gave us some better moments, and was a little more put together and plausible within all of them. So that was my order.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am dead on with you. Same thing. I did go back and forth because production value wise, My Secret Santa was actually really good. I was
Mhm.
actually really impressed with some of the production value of it. It felt like a decent put together film. But I connected with the guy
Yeah.
in the Catnip Cafe. Like it felt more relatable and everything. So yeah, I had the exact same order as you. And I watched it in that order too.
My three and two are battling head to head right now, to be honest,
Oh,
because I want to say that a family holiday, what a family, whatever
Yep.
that one is
yeah,
third
Family Holiday.
because the
Yeah.
acting was so bad. But I feel like
But you
it
can't portray
had,
Canada like that.
but I feel like these all were filmed in Canada
I
anyway,
think
were they
so
not?
too.
I feel like they all were. I
Yeah.
mean, they're all shitty enough to think that. I feel like the family holiday or yeah, whatever, had actually a more of a Christmas message of like a Grinchy heart turning, and it had more of like a almost like a warm ending, but zooming into George is like George like really? And then but my secret Santa, I felt the music thing was so shoehorned in. The creepy sexual attraction to Santa on the main guy's part was so cringy. And I just felt like it was just so stupid. Like, I mean, the other one was so stupid too, but then I think I have to go with My Secret Santa's number two just because the setting was so Christmassy. Like the setting and the whole vibe and ambiance of it was very Christmas, and the holiday one wasn't, but the message was better, and I really liked that line. But I really did not like My Secret Santa. Okay, I really didn't. I thought it was very bad, Jose, and I have to say it's almost there.
Damn,
Thank you
Jose, why'd
for
you
that.
do that?
Yeah. But yeah, number one for me was surprisingly I thought this movie was going to be such a steaming pile of shit. And I actually was engaged and like engrossed the whole way through. I had people to root for. The cats were super cute. I cried. And if a movie can make me cry, then it's got to go up. When that kid gets to adopt the cat and also that he got adopted and he called
Yeah.
that woman mom, when he called her mom, I started crying and I was like, okay, I cried. This is number one for sure. So I actually enjoyed Christmas at the Catnip Cafe. I have to say, I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
It also had one of the cutest cat names that I love, which is Fluffle Stiltskin. It just made
It
me,
was
when I
so
heard it,
sweet.
I smiled. I got so happy. I'm also a
Yeah.
cat person, so that
Yeah.
movie was gonna cater to me. I had my cat
Mhm.
sitting side by side with me as I was watching it. So I was like, yeah, this is the one. This is
Yeah.
I would think out of the three potluck movie, if you were to, kind of pick and choose, I think the only one that's probably watchable is going to be Christmas at the Catnip Cafe. Not
the one with
amazing,
Yeah.
the cheesiest
but
name.
yeah.
On paper, you're like, this one's gonna suck. And it's like, oh.
I was
So,
pleasantly surprised.
Uh,
so if you all are gonna all watch one of these, don't let it be the family holiday. It's the worst possible decision you can make. But Christmas at the Catnip Cafe is the way to go. So we suffered through this to bring you that gem to watch. So you're welcome. But I want to thank all of you that joined us for this bonus NAS episode, this Christmas episode. If you did enjoy this episode and want to catch this or any of our previous ones as well as future ones, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification down below. Because when we drop future episodes, you get a little ping, a little notification letting you know that we dropped an episode. If you didn't enjoy the episode, I will tell you this much: it's better than the family holiday. So, uh, so you're better off watching us. But maybe some of the other ones will do the trick for you. We just finished a whole 2 month long Halloween segment, and we're going to be dropping more going forward. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever else podcasts are found. And if you do love all our amazing personalities, or you just want to hate watch us, you can find us at Not a Strong Star on all major social media platform. Me, myself, Ho Ho Jose. You can find me at This Is Me Nombre on Instagram.
And me, Jingle George. You could find me at Nicolopolis.
And I'm Mary Mistletoe. I added now Marie. And you can find me at Marie Plays It All.
And as always, we might not always have a strong start. We guarantee to sometimes, maybe, possibly have a strong finish and always be better than the family holiday. Until next time.
Ho, ho, ho.